It's noon.
Thank you. Let's call this meeting to order. Roll call, please, Mark.
Gosher. Genslinger.
Here.
Havlick.
Here.
Urza. Larson.
Here.
Osterloo.
Here.
Schmitz.
Here.
Sonny.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Agenda has been provided in the packet of information that was sent to us. Does anyone have a declaration of conflict of interest on any of the proposed items on the agenda? Hearing none, let's move on to the agenda. It too has been provided in the packet of information. Are there any additions or corrections to it? Hearing none, we're ready for motion to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded that the agenda be approved as presented. Discussion on the motion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign. Motion carries. The approval of the previous minutes of May 28th, that information was also provided in the packet. Are there any additions or corrections to those minutes? If not, a motion for approval is in order.
Motion to approve. Second.
Moved and seconded that the minutes be approved as presented. Discussion on the motion. Hearing none, I assume you're ready to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. The next meeting should be June 24th, 2024. Is there any additions or corrections for that, or additional meeting, or whatever? Do I hear a motion to approve the next meeting, the blanket for it?
Second.
Moved and seconded that the blanket for the next meeting be approved as presented. There is a typo in the date, but that's okay.
That's the next meeting? Holy cow.
Well, I
It's a
almost
break
I
time.
said 28 too, looking at it.
There ain't nothing gonna be done.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Motion carries. Next item on the agenda is a rezone hearing and recommendation. Well, I better take a big breath for this one. Muth Properties LLC and Pets Realty LLC want to rezone lots 7A and lots 8 through 12 in the north half of the vacated railroad right-of-way lying south of and adjacent to said lots, and the west one half of vacated Langdon Street, all in Block 16, D.A. Scott's Edition, First Edition. City of Mitchell, Davidson County, South Dakota, northerly 13.6 feet of lots 1 through 6, Block 1, and west one half of the vacated Langdon Street and south half of vacated Railroad Street, right-of-way lying north and adjacent to said lots, and west half of vacated Langdon Street, M.H. Lowley's First Edition, City of Mitchell, Davidson County, South Dakota, lots A, B, and C of Block 1, M.H. Rowley's First Edition, City of Mitchell, Davidson County, South Dakota, the west 12.19 by the south 158.5 feet of Lot 4, and the east 13 feet times 153.5 of Lot 5, Block 1, M.H. Rowley's First Edition, City of Mitchell, Davidson County, South Dakota, all from R2 Single Family Residential to TWC, Transportation, Warehousing, and Commercial District. Can I take a breath now? Mark, tell us what's going on here.
Yep, so this was Notice was sent out to the neighbors, published in the official newspaper and signed posted. There were 2 letters returned in favor that made the packet. There was 1 letter in favor that did not make the packet. There weren't any comments on it, so I didn't put that in front of you. This came to light. Muth, as you all know, is moving to a different location, so they're looking at options for this property. And when this was recodified back in 2012, it was codified as R2 in this location for Pitts and Muth. You can see that there's TWC to the east half of where Muth would be and then across the street. Looking back at previous building permit applications and different zoning maps that we have, sometimes it's TWC, sometimes it's R2 for both locations. So in 2012, it probably should have been rezoned as TWC, because that would make sense for what it should be used as. If you look at our comprehensive plan, we have it in that, which is what your zoning map should follow as a comprehensive plan, is heavy commercial, transportation, warehousing, and utilities. So that's exactly what these 2 businesses are already doing. Mark Pitts is on the phone, and Ron Muth is here if you have any questions for them at all. I can answer any questions you have for me as well.
And first of all, do we have any questions or comments from the folks sitting in the audience? All right, do we have any questions for Mark and the folks before we start further deliberations from this body?
What are the property tax implications of the change?
It's probably already taxed as commercial, so it won't change anything for the zoning side of things and changing their taxes for that portion at all. It's 2 totally separate things.
Anybody from either of the properties that are asking for this want to come up to the podium and talk to us? We'd sure be glad to listen to you. Mark, you did a good job of telling us what's going on.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded that this rezoning be approved. I am surprised that some of the householders aren't here to talk to us about this, but obviously they know what's going on too. So it has been moved and seconded that we approve this zone change. Is there any comments on the motion? Is there any further discussion on the motion? Hearing none, I assume we're ready to vote. Mark, we're going to go to roll call on this baby.
Genslinger,
Yes.
Havlet,
Yes.
Osterloo,
Yes.
Schmitz,
Yes.
Sonny,
Yes.
Larson.
Yep.
Motion carried.
And for our television audience, if we have one, you'll notice that Mr. Dozier is not asked to vote. He is simply an observer from the city council that sits at this table to listen to our discussions. So it's state law that a member of the council cannot be on the planning commission. But a number of years ago, just a little history background, we had a mayor that suggested that we have someone sit on the council at the urging of this council to the mayor, because sometimes they need to hear the discussions that we have, et cetera, and I think that has worked well over the number of years. This goes back to, by the way, when Bud Williams was mayor. So, John, you're not the first council member to sit here and listen to us.
The other thing that's kind of nice about me being able to be here is that when these issues then come before the council, I can maybe give them a little more background than just what's presented. I can take some other points of interest that came up during the planning commission's conversation. So,
And that's why it was suggested to Mayor Williams that we have somebody on the council sit with us. And state law does not permit a council member being a member County commissioners, however, on planning commission have to have members from the commission, so it's a different deal. Mark, the vote is in favor?
Yep, motion passed 6-0, one absent.
All right, let's move on to the next item on the agenda. Variance. Zion Lutheran Church has applied for a variance permit for maximum total square feet of signage of 40 versus 16. This is located at 601, 605, and 611 East 4th Avenue, 620 East 3rd Avenue existing church address, legally described as lots 5 through 7 of Block 32, Cooley and Guernsey's Edition, City of Mitchell, Davidson County, South Dakota. The said real property is zoned R2 family, single-family residential district. Mark, talk to us a little bit, please.
Notices were sent out to the neighbors, published in the official newspaper, and signed posted. There were 2 letters returned in favor that made the packet, and 1 letter that was opposed. They were opposed to the sign being on 4th Avenue. It's actually going to be on Burr Street. They also had comments about some construction issues with holes in the road. The applicants would like to put up a new sign along Burr for the church. They will be taking down the existing sign that is in the parking lot to the south of the alley, which is actually on a different parcel. So with signage or anything, it goes where the legal description is for all those anyway. So this is a separate parcel to begin with. Our sign ordinance really doesn't have anything great for residential for something like this. 16 feet is the max square foot. It doesn't say, though, what the max area for a single sign is. It's one of the things in the ordinance that needs to get updated. It'd be a post sign, 40 square feet at the top with posts coming down just north of the alley.
Okay. And I can tell you, everybody, why that 16 square feet, that's primarily for home occupation issue. That's why it was put that way.
And religious symbols do not count as signage. So if there's a cross on the church or something like that, that is not part of the sign.
What's your pleasure, folks? Anybody in the audience got any comments on this rascal?
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded that we approve the variance. Send it on to the council for their discussion and approval. Questions, comments on the motion? Hearing none. Mark, let's go roll call again, please.
Havlet,
Yes.
Osterloo,
Yes.
Schmitz,
Yes.
Sonny,
Yes.
Genslinger,
No.
Larson.
Yep.
Motion carried.
All right, next item. Conditional use permit, Arlen Shoe has applied for a conditional use permit for self-service storage facility with varying compartment sizes located at 1910 North Foster Street, legally described as the west 25 feet of the north 420.42 feet of Lot A2, except the south 105 feet, all in Skyline Estates in the northwest quarter of Section 14T 103 North, Range 60 west of the 5th parallel meridian, Davidson County, South Dakota. The said real property is Zone R4 High Density Residential District. Mark?
Notices were sent out to the neighbors, published in the official newspaper, signed, posted. There were no letters returned in favor or against this at all. Applicant came in to get a building permit to put a new building out on this location. It's zoned R4, so initial thought was, well, it's an accessory building. You can only have 2,000 square feet total. But if they're all accessory buildings, you don't have a primary structure, so we had to go to the ordinance and see what was fit for what they're doing there. And he's renting out or leasing out spaces for people to use for storage or for business there. So that's where your self-storage comes in. And then the 2,000 square feet goes wayside.
Goes away.
Yep. I can answer any questions you have. Applicants here, if you have any questions for him at all.
Applicant, you want to talk to us?
No, we're just moving a building from
Nope,
Dakota
come on,
Fest. Oh, sorry.
State your name,
Yep.
Jim.
I'm Arlen Shu Mitchell. We're just moving a building in, there's just a picture of it from Dakota Fest. Take a run. From Dakota Fest, guy doesn't want to use it anymore. It's a 40 by 40, to be a storage building, so it'll be finished inside. It's by my other commercial buildings out there. You've probably, right beside Mebius Nursing, so.
Mark, does this have to go to the county too?
No, does not.
Okay.
Not for building or zoning permit.
Okay.
Portion of it.
What's your pleasure, folks? Got any questions for Mr. Shu?
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded that the conditional use permit be approved. Discussion on the motion. Okay, chairman's going to use his prerogative again. Mark, let's go roll call.
Osterloo,
Yes.
Schmitz,
Yes.
Sonny,
Yes.
Genslinger,
Yes.
Havlick,
Yes.
Larson,
Yep.
motion carried.
Variance permit, next item. Terry Rietveld has applied for a variance permit for an accessory building of 2,640 square feet versus the 2,000 square foot building to build a new accessory building of 1,440 square feet. This is located on a lot between 84 and 92 South Harmon Drive, legally described as Lot 2, Block 4, Indian Head, Second Edition, City of Mitchell, Davidson County, South Dakota. The said real property is zoned RL Lake Residential. Mark, your turn again.
Notices were sent out to the neighbors, published in the official newspaper, and signed posted. There were 2 letters in your packet that were returned in favor. There was one that did not make the packet that was also in favor. There were no comments on it, so I didn't print it out for you at all. The applicant is looking to remove the southernmost building on the property and then add the blue shaded or blue outline structure. That'd be a 24 by 60 shed. It's going to be higher sidewalls, and so that way it can accommodate for an RV to be going into that location. So that's why he's removing the one, put the other one out there so you can have that out.
Okay,
Applicant's here if you have any questions for him at all.
yep. Any further questions for the applicant? Any further comments from the peanut gallery? Hearing none, we're ready for motion.
Move to approve.
Second.
Moved and seconded that the variance be approved. Discussion. Hearing none. Mark, it's your turn again, please.
Schmitz,
Yes.
Sonny,
Yes.
Genslinger,
Yes.
Havlick,
Yes.
Osterloo,
Yes.
Larson,
Yep.
motion carried.
Okay, number 11, a plat, Valinsky Properties LLC of tracks 1, 2, and 3, and 4 in Lot 1A, Block C of Westview Addition in the southeast border of Section 20, T103 North, Range 60 West of the 5th parallel meridian, City of Mitchell, Davidson County, South Dakota.
So the applicant has the property as one parcel to begin with. You'd like to subdivide it into 4 separate. It meets all requirements for zoning, for size of the lots, widths of the lots, and so forth. Her intent is to actually build out some contractor storage yards or something like that for some people to either buy or lease out there from her. She is not here. I can answer any questions that you have. She was earlier, but she's since left.
Questions, comments, guys? Doesn't look like anybody from the audience is rearing up to the podium to talk to us, so
As long as it meets all the requirements. Move to approve. Second.
Moved to second. You guys are gonna have to quit fighting over seconds.
I know.
Moved and seconded that the plat be approved as presented. Discussion on the motion. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same sign, motion carries. Item number 12, a plat of Easton Lumber Co-op lots A, B, Block 1 of the Lake Ridge Edition, a subdivision of irregular tract number 1 in the northwest quarter of Section 10, T103 North, Range 60 West of the 5th parallel meridian, Mitchell, South Dakota. That one was pretty well self-explained too, I think, and I think that follows with what they had indicated they were planning to do out there, doesn't it, Mark?
Yes, this does follow their master plan for out in the area. Actually, obviously you can see it's lot A, B. They're combining two of the proposed lots into one lot.
Yeah.
But no, it's following along with their master plan.
That's what I assumed from the picture, that they were gonna replat and do just one lot instead of two, as proposed. Discussion. Comments. Hearing none, motion.
Motion to approve. Second.
Moved and seconded that the plat be approved. Discussion. Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Both same sign, motion carries. Other business, is there any other business to come before this body at this time? Public comment. If you need to address the board on an item that was not on the agenda, excluding personnel items, please come forward to the podium, state your name and your concern. Presentations are limited to 3 minutes. Items will be considered, but no action will be taken at this time. Seeing no one, hearing no comments, we are adjourned.